Morning, guys. Nash and Joe.
Another day, another dollar, everybody.
With the Tampa Drain Dudes. I know we have not videoed in a long time. We are uber busy. We don't have time to edit, but we've got people reaching out from actually across the globe, which is kind of cool considering our small following, but it's a strong following. Yeah, as you can tell, we got a no-hands camera now. Really got this because I spent the last week in Costa Rica, went fishing, horseback riding. I'll include some cool clips now of that nature. And now we're back to work, hot and sunny. We're actually a day late on this job because I flew American Airlines. Well, I tried to fly American Airlines.
Got stuck in Costa Rica for a day.
Oh no, woe is me. Today we've got a good sized job. We are going to be cutting a channel drain right here across this sidewalk. Got the saw ready to go. This side we're going to be running that drain, 4-inch corrugated solid pipe. Through here, Joe's got all the material ready to go. We're using Y's, not T's, for better flow. Got some catch basins for clean out points and getting surface water coming off of this retaining wall down into this lanai. Tying in not one, but 2 downspouts. And then we will be running this drain directly off this hill out here. Pretty simple system. Pretty flat through the backyard. Can't really tell because the retaining wall is in the way. Should be a pretty simple install. And then this whole area back here, we are actually going to be dropping some fabric and covering in some landscaping rock. So let's go ahead and get to work. We'll go ahead and put the 4-inch drain in first.
Can we do that whole intro and portrait?
Yeah, that's, I don't know if you could hear Joe from here, but he just asked if we just did the whole intro in portrait mode. We did, you know, and I'm not going to redo that. That shows how long we haven't made a video. That's our bad. It's hard. The shorts get crazy views, so we like to do those, you know, to help the channel or whatever, and we shoot those in portrait. And normal videos we got to shoot in landscape mode like this. So we're not going to redo the intro. We're just going to have that weird cropped intro. So I'm sorry for the awkward cropping, but we will be awkward cropping. Sounds like awkward crapping.
I know.
Anyways,
When you say it.
We'll be back. Check out that view. That's Joe digging on camera through a camera. Anyways, we're going to cut over here to this view now and do a time lapse. Trenches, duggity dug dug. Putting some catch basins in. Downspout there. Downspout there. Always want to put a catch basin after these downspouts to catch any leaf granules or leaves that go into the system. Put one more catch. About yay. We'll spread them out kind of sporadically. One after that. We'll get one more. And get some risers. Risers, when we say risers, it is a 6-inch pipe, guys. Fits perfectly in the top of these lids, these catch basins. And just extends it up higher. That way we can keep proper slope on this drainage system as we're going down the line. This pipe is very sturdy if you install it correctly, nice and deep, and compact the ground back over it. It's not squishy. I know French Drain Man always says this pipe is crap and to buy his blue, all virgin, whatever, blah blah crap. This stuff will last a very long time. That being said, there are some flex corrugated pipe. That's junk. Absolute junk. We'll make a video on that another time. Usually it's what they use for downspout extensions, but this stuff is very sturdy. I'm 180 insecure. popping all over this pipe. Absolutely no bends, no nothing. When you compact it into the ground, it is a cylinder. It's round, which is, I think, the second strongest geometrical shape after a triangle.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe yourself.
Don't take my word for it, but it is very strong. We'll say that. It works really well. Something simple like this, you do not need SDR35 or hard pipe. If you're going to be running big old zero turns and stuff over it, yes, do that. Riser. It has risen.
Just like Christ, it is arisen.
It has arisen. He, not an it. He has risen.
He has risen.
Oh, that thing is sweet. You totally can't see it on the camera, but it looks like a Spy Kids thing.
I love that movie.
Best thing about this too, take a knife wherever you need to be. This looks like a good spot. Get you a sharper knife, because this thing is absolute crap. Anybody knows a really good knife company that's not $3,000? Although, honestly, like, what are those, box cutters? Yeah, box cutters work way better than knives, but sometimes we use these for roots and stuff too. If you guys have a good knife recommendation that's not like, I don't know, expensive knife brands. Actually, my cousin makes some really cool knives too, but I don't want to use those for this kind of work.
Yeah,
If y'all need some cool custom handmade knives, check out Null Knives. Actually, I'm going to give a shout out right here on this. I'm going to show you his Instagram right here. And back to it. These just pop on right here. If there were a bunch of roots around here, we would want to tape this with tile tape around here and make sure there's no root intrusion. Absolutely nothing in this backyard. And we're going to be putting rocks on top of everything. So we'll just tap a screw into here to make sure it holds. And then we'll be good to go. Continue down this drain line. Got this cut here now. Right here. Anyways, so yeah, Costa Rica was a fun trip, guys. If you've got anywhere you've traveled to, let us know where. Joe's got his honeymoon coming up.
Yes, sir.
Where are you going?
We are going to Barbados.
Barbados. He's gonna go drink some rum. In about 3 weeks, got another vacation. We're going to the BVI. Joe's got a wedding in Temple, Texas in October. We'll be doing all kinds of traveling this year, but if you guys have a recommendation of a place, oh my god, this is awful, of a place to travel or a place to buy a good knife, oh my. Go ahead, leave it in the comments. Got some people reaching out from Germany. Any cool spots up in Germany? Joe thinks he's from Germany.
Oh, thanks, man.
Last time we went sailing, though, he said he was from Norway, to some chicks working at a bar, too. His homeland.
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Pop on that downspout adapter. Bueno. Go ahead, tap these with screws and continue down the line. Pretty simple system, guys. DIY friendly for sure, as long as you have a better knife than Nash does. If anybody wonders what screws we use, cheap ones. All they're doing is holding this drainage system together while we're backfilling. The way it doesn't separate, come apart. And then obviously the drain wouldn't work. And like I said, they're just made to tack and hold the system together in place while we're burying it. Once we bury it and it rains in a week, probably less, probably later today, This ground will settle, and this will be a very compact, sturdy system. Go ahead and take a water break because it's hot today. We've had a lot of people. Oh my god, I can't get this off. He's attacking me. Switched to DJI instead of GoPro, and so far I'm loving it, but this little neck thing's a little challenging sometimes.
A little fishy.
Yeah, whenever we were in Costa Rica, I had a bunch of people reaching out. And we have a bunch of people not in our area, north of us, Spring Hill, some people in Tallahassee, down in Fort Myers, where we can't necessarily service this time of year because it doesn't make sense as a business. We are swamped. I accidentally stopped the video. But what we were saying, we get a lot of people asking if we can help them, even if we can't necessarily service their area. A lot of people want to do it themselves, which is basically what our content channel is geared to. So we've kind of just been in talks. We'll probably start doing video
Online
consultations. Pretty loose right now. It'll probably be $25 for as long as basically you guys need to talk to us on the phone. Shoot us over some pictures, email them over. Can kind of help put a quick design, quote, or at least idea. If you have an idea and you don't know if it's going to work, we can let you know. Give you the go-ahead to go for it, what we change, what we recommend. If you don't know at all what to do, we can tell you. If you've got a quote from another company and you just want it looked over, we can kind of review that. We know what works, what doesn't, when it works, when it doesn't. So if we can at least hop on a quick call with you guys and help you out that way, we'd love to do so.
Absolutely.
So if anybody has any questions about doing their own drainage system, definitely, you don't have to just leave in the comments. You can reach out to us on our website, tampadraindudes.com, give us a call, do a video consultation there. Like we said, it's $25 through Venmo or however.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Figure that out. And I hope you guys get your drainage situated. Rock got delivered yesterday while I was getting canceled flights at Hotel Joe. Came by to take the delivery, but they delivered it 3 hours early, so we'll be moving this tomorrow probably because it's hot today and it's only getting hotter. We went to Downspouts, coming in line with the flow of the water. We don't want to go straight down and do a T. If we can do a Y, we'll do a Y. Sometimes you got to do T's. Sometimes the downspout doesn't really handle any water. These pick up quite a bit of roof line. Means a lot of water. So we want to have good flow through this system. And come back a little past it. Right there. Guys, these systems are super DIY friendly. Yes, you're gonna sweat. Yes, you're gonna get dirty. Yes, you're gonna get it done. And yes, you're gonna save a lot of money. Main thing is just the knowledge behind these drainage systems. But that's why we make these videos, so you can feel confident doing them yourself. Or if you're in the Tampa area, you can feel confident just hiring us to do it for you. Also, let us know if this video style makes you nauseous, because it's a lot easier just saying start and stop recording on the camera. This thing's voice activated, so I just stopped it by saying, apparently if I say STOP,
In any capacity.
the video halts. So, that's 2 in a row. I'm putting those in, definitely not going to edit that out. We're flying through this system today, though, I tell you what. Pretty simple system. But it is not easy. When I say simple, I don't mean easy. Nothing's easy. Nothing good comes easy, that's for sure.
Simple in design, a little bit more difficult in application.
Especially when you got a crap knife. Oh my goodness.
Mad? Nah, it ain't mad.
rock we're going to be laying down. We'll probably lay down rock tomorrow morning. We're doing marble chips. Pretty sure it's Alabama chips.
Indeed they are. Alabama white marble.
They're about 1.5 to 2.5 inch size stone. They look pretty. They're priced right. And they help.
Not very expensive.
They help a lot.
Definitely DIY's type of rock.
Highly recommend. They look good pretty much on every house, and they really, really, really help with drainage. They're larger rocks, which means more airflow, which means better water flow. Now we're going to get the question, why didn't you guys wrap the pipe in rock and fabric? Because they didn't listen to the first 2 minutes when I said this is solid pipe, not perforated pipe. If you look at this pipe, there's no holes anywhere. It's a very strong pipe. No holes anywhere. Water moves from point A through the pipe to point B. That's all this pipe is used for. Moving water. We're not absorbing water. That's what the catch basins are for. Problem he's having is surface water. All the water sits on the surface. It's rushing off from the back. We need something that is quick, fast to get the water out here. Perforated pipe is subsurface. It means that water is going to have to absorb into the ground, then into the pipe. Not fast enough for a big rainstorm like the ones we get here in Florida. Last bit of pipe in. Coming out here to the outlet. To our pop-up emitter. Lots of ways to end these drainage systems. We can do catch basins, which we don't love because there's no way for debris to come up and out because the grate tops stop them. To show you like that. We see a lot of contractors do this. Debris wants to come floating out, such as these weeds, comes down the line into the system and it can't float out. Eventually you just get caked up debris here. You'll have to pull them out, clean them. Leaves can't come out. Next option is daylighting them. People just put grates on the tip. Sometimes you'll just leave it open.
I forgot to tell you guys,
Yes, sir.
there's the new line for the sprinklers out here goes, don't go more than about another 2 or 3 feet.
Oh, cool. We're good right where we are.
Good right there. Oh, awesome.
Yes, sir.
I just happened to remember that. I was like, oh crap, I forgot to tell him. Because they gotta go at
The newer ones.
the new one goes up at an angle up there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're good right where we are.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Another option is daylighting them. Coming straight out. Where's my knife? Joe's my knife over there?
Yes, it is.
You could leave it open. It's so dull. Yeah, I was talking. So we got distracted. Started talking about knives, other stuff. It's a customer. I think the last thing I said was there's another way you could just daylight the pipe, which means just in the pipe, like this, going out. That's cool. It works good. That's the best way for water flow. Until you get critters, squirrels, snakes, frogs crawling up in your line. Clogging your line. We've seen that in these kinds of drains and also channel drains that don't have covers on their outlets. The good old rat video. I'm gonna put that here.
Great video.
Definitely watch that video. That's awesome. We had our buddies come in from Texas help us working on those jobs so we could kind of show them, a day in the life of our job, which is, of course, it was a job like we've never done before, so it was nothing like a normal day in our life. But
That was a pretty special day.
one, Andrew, good sports. I'm going to cut to the best clip actually right now because that was awesome.
What are we eating?
All right, and now that we're back to this, we're going to talk about the one we like to use, or I guess the one we use most often is just an NDS popped up drain emitter. This is just a 4-inch. Really well. Highly recommend these. The only downside is these edges are a little small. French Drain Man does have a good pop-up emitter that he uses. It's a little bit larger with what he calls a turf restrictor. That's a pretty good product. Basically, we'll pop it on. But, you know, we're out of tile tape right now, and we just tape this last one rather than just a screw because it's the very last part of the system. All that water is going to come, and if we just have a screw and it ever comes loose or rusts out, it will pop off. We don't want that, so we do tile tape these at the end of the systems to make sure they stay on, which we are out of, and it's about lunchtime, so we'll go grab that on lunch. Right, Joe?
Yeah.
Woo!
12 seconds later.
I'm getting set up for the fun part. Cutting the cement. Get our good old Flexzilla. Gonna hook it up here to the concrete saw. These are fairly easy to use, guys. I know it's big, it's loud, it looks scary. They are not hard to use. It's just a pull start, little engine. These blades are not sharp. Just spins at a high rate of speed. We get some water going in here to control that dust. That way I don't inhale everything and kill myself 4 seconds in to using this. And it cuts concrete like butter. It's got these wheels down here on the bottom. You don't have to hold the weight. All you do is tilt it until that blade touches whenever it's spinning. And it cuts in pretty straight, simple lines. Keeping it straight is the hardest part. But without that weight, you can just one-handed pull the trigger to start, and you just walk it back. You can rent these at local hardware stores. Don't be terrified of using these. You can do it. They're pretty easy. That's it. I mean, they're pretty easy. They're pretty easy.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead and video this little part. Oh, that was cool. You can do that again. I'm gonna take a break from the saw Home Depot gave us. It's whack. Super weak. Basically shuts off whenever we put any kind of friction into it. Sometimes that happens. People ask why we like to rent rather than just buy these tools. There's a lot of maintenance that goes into them. We don't use them every day, only for jobs when we do channel drains, which is about once a week. So it would make sense for us to buy one. We don't want to deal with the equipment costs, keeping up with it, changing the oil, keeping it clean, buying new blades. That was loud. Joe's cutting out the screen room drains right now. But basically, we get new blades every time we rent them, even when Home Depot puts them on completely backwards and tries to kill us. But we're going to take this one back and get one that works better, because that thing is weak as could be.
But I'm weak, and what's wrong with that?
Using that die grinder to cut that aluminum, so we can get in these screen room drains. You can see this one he's got. It's basically just a pass through to the other side. They blend in. Cannot see them at all. We'll go ahead and seat it in there with some screws. Actually, doesn't really need to be, but we don't want that coming out in the future. Basically just going to pop these doors open. Take these stainless self-tapping screws. Pop them in with our hammer drill. Close that up. Bingo. Now when we walk through that other side, water's going to pass through to come right here into the channel drain that I'm now going to cut and put some risers on. Now when you're cutting these risers, you can use a whole number of options. Hack saws, you can use PVC saws, hand saws. Guess you could kind of use a skill saw in a weird way going around this. Pretty much anything that cuts will cut this 6-inch PVC. Choose how high you need it. I'm gonna say yay high will be beautiful. Always measure at yay high.
Always.
We're using Sawzall. They're a big wood bit. Take it to yay high, looks good right there. And just spin as well. Makes pretty light work of that. Get off all these edges. Don't do this if you have soft hands. You're gonna get splinters. We'll clean those out in a minute. Nice and thick. How's it going?
You know,
Same old, same old.
always something.
It ain't the chicken, it's the hens. Quick tip on using this stuff. Pick a straight line. For us, that's this. Don't know if you can see that. For us, it's this wall. Take a couple temporary stakes. Pin them in. Now when they're in, this didn't go anywhere. Just unroll it. When you get to a catch basin, take something better than this knife. Cut around it. You know, I hate on this knife. For this, it's working okay. If you guys want to go to the next level of keeping this thing completely clean, free debris, you can actually pop off these lids, put fabric under it, and then close the lids onto that fabric. Works great. We don't have too much debris back here to worry about. Not a whole lot of trees, so it's not as much of an issue. Actually, I'll show you guys what I was talking about. It's actually kind of a pain when the catch basin's in there. Get you an X. Hopefully you can see that. 1 flap, 2 flap, 3 flap, 4. Just tuck those right in there. And that's another way of doing the same thing. We got pretty much everything done drainage wise except for this channel drain right here. This is all backfilled, covered. Need a little bit more weed barrier for this length right here. We're just gonna suck it up because it's only 3 o'clock and try to use this thing, but it's got absolutely no power. Home Depot gave it to us with the blade put on completely backwards. That was a little dangerous, and once we got that flopped and fixed the correct way, it is just the weakest freaking weasel ever. Start it up, and the blade's spinning. Make any kind of touch to the concrete and it just shuts off. So I'm gonna take that back, see if we can get another one for tomorrow, start cleaning up this area. Tomorrow we'll just have to cut this bit. We already got the first traced cut, nice straight line. That's usually the only pain. Once we get a saw that can actually cut, we'll come through here, just melt that butter, drop in the channel drain, set it in, put in a little catch right there in that rock to connect to the system, connect this to this channel drain, and then we'll just be wheelbarrowing rock on a Saturday. That's no fun, but you know, that's life when you choose to run a business. So we're gonna do it. All right.
The next day.
I'm up. You guys are probably making fun of me for wearing gloves, not being a real man, but I got a trigger finger like 2 weeks ago.
More like he's been dealing with trigger finger for about 3 months.
About 3 months. If you don't know what trigger finger is, the ligaments going up your finger got swollen, and the pulleys that come across your finger were too tight to let it pass, so my finger got locked like that for a good, I don't know, 2 weeks. But it got really painful because I tried to stretch it and almost passed out on the way to work, and Joe had to do a whole job by himself, and I just sat around watching.
Oh yeah, that was a fun day.
And then I had to go get an injection, and they put a steroid shot through my palm up into my finger. That was fun. And luckily that was the week before Costa Rica. Healed in time for me to go fishing there, even though I didn't catch any fish. But it gave me time to heal, so now we're back to work. But when I go to the gym, the doc says I have to wear padded gloves at the gym, like
That's probably the biggest part of this.
like those dudes wear that I make fun of usually. If you're one of those guys, I'm sorry. I just never understood gloves at the gym, but you know what? Now I understand it, and I'm gonna be one of those guys. And at work, tiny bit of little padding goes a long way apparently when you have calloused hands that screw up your tendons. So
Alright. It's a great day to have a great day.
great day to have a great day.
I'm Joe. I have a sharper knife than you.
Shovels, these are getting a little wonky.
Oh, bean.
Time for him. Look at that. Are we done yet? Joe was cutting that concrete while cleaning up the front. Oh, shh.
Would you like a beam, a 2x4 of concrete, sir?
Oh my god. That came out clean.
I know. It's small, but dude, is it heavy?
Put it on the bed rails of your truck and let's just let it go on the highway.
I'm down.
That'll do good. This is the stuff we use. Use this forever. Works really well. It's pretty much like anything you would seal or caulk or silicone or whatever other thing. This works really well for concrete though. Right, Joe's there cleaning up. Scurry your little butt over here and explain to us what we did at this job. Go with the Lanai Drain Doors.
Howdy, folks. So what we did here is we put in a pretty simple drainage system. It's not over here where we are currently, but we Zeroscaped pretty much this whole backyard with this really nice white Alabama marble chip. As you can see, we did this whole little side yard piece. It then wraps around to come and fill up this whole backyard in between this retaining wall and the lanai. We put in this channel drain here. We extended it out just because they are wanting to attach this sink drain directly into there, and so now they can. That comes across here. We've directly piped it into a catch basin, which is all covered underneath these rocks. And we have a very simple 4-inch drain system with 4 or 5 catch basins, 2 downspouts connected, and then everything else is covered in rock. And finally, the last little thing that we did today was we installed 2 of these right here, which are our deck drain doors, or I guess our screen room drains. And those allow, anytime they get this pressure washed, they can pop those little doors open, push all that water out, and they won't have any standing water on the patio. And finally, it comes all the way down here to a nice little pop-up. And that's about it, everybody.
All right, you guys know the drill. Maybe, actually, I don't even remember the drill. Don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel. Leave any comments if you have any questions. Check us out at tampadraindudes.com. If you're in the Tampa area and want a quote, like we said earlier in this video, we might start doing consultations, probably do $25 for as much time from us as you guys need or can handle, I should say. And
that's about it, guys.
that's it.
Yeah.
Another one in the books.
Looks
Sorry
pretty
we
good.
haven't been filming too much.
Yeah, it's
been
been a
very-
busy season so far.
Very busy. We've already doubled last year's
Revenue.
in the first 6 months, which is super exciting for us,
Yeah.
and also terribly exhausting.
Yeah, it's tiring. Need a vacation.
And maybe if you loyal YouTube follower, watcher, viewers can keep hitting that like and subscribe button, we can maybe start generating a little revenue from that, and then we can come out here less in the heat and stay home with our families. Maybe if I post enough, that could happen.
I think the second one is
That's probably more likely.
yeah.
Let's get out of here.